So I was initially going to sign, my parents thought I was going to sign with a smaller NAIA school, but I decided to go with the bigger school that wasn't going to give me as much money and scholarship, and because I wanted to have full control over like my future. And I just remember going to my parents, but like I'm not going to pursue football no more. And I just remember my mom's face and like body language just dropping and like looking disappointed, and my dad just shaking his head, and I just felt like I was a failure because I decided to do something in faith, like stepping out, saying like, Jesus, I'm gonna make you first, even if that costs me money, if it costs me relationships, if it costs me, stats with my parents and like being loved. But I just knew that it was the right choice because if Jesus is really that good, then he's worth whatever future plans I had. And it was really hard because I felt like God was calling an audible on me, and I just wasn't okay with it because I wasn't able to audible out of it. Because if Jesus really did save me of my sins and eternal payment, and so that I can have a relationship with the Father, then he could ask of this and it would be fair. And so I felt like an outcast in my family. I felt like it put more pressures on my brother to outdo me. Felt like it caused a lot of division in my family because my mom was going to play at Cal Poly for softball. My dad decided to not play college sports anymore, and I felt like I was just disappointing them because I wasn't able to, like, in a sense, like live their dreams. And it hurt because, instead of being a son, I felt like I was a project. Since that time, I think God the Father has shown how valuable I am outside of the value that the world deems me as. I've gotten to see how much glory is given to him when people want to be all in, even if it costs them relationships or even status with people, which was like the biggest hindrance for me. But I knew that like my status with God was like perfect, and that was like such a burden that had lifted off my chest and my shoulders. Like I can remember still, like when I decided not to pursue football, I slept so well. I felt like I had the best week of school. I felt like it just felt joy. Even though everything around me was chaotic, I saw like when Jesus walks on the water in the middle of storms, that's how I felt though. Like it was okay, like it's gonna be okay. Like I'm gonna end up like Peter, I'm gonna take 2 steps and fall, but it's all right, like Jesus will pick me up. The way it has impacted my relationship with my brothers or even the way I view them is knowing that they have infinite value even though they can't give me anything in return, just because God decided to give him his image. And how that looks is, when I was living with my parents, I remember I'd pray with the twins before they went to school, and I remember asking them this one question every single morning, and I still text it to them sometimes. It's like, Josh, Josiah, who are you? And they say, I'm a strong man of God. I say, why are you a strong man of God? And they say in response, because Jesus died for my sins. And for me, I think that's what was missing, is that like people told me I was a strong man of God because of the things I did, but not what was done for me. And that was like the folly of it. Like I wasn't hearing the gospel. I was hearing like things that I wanted to hear. And I think because of that, like the twins truly know before they're a football player, before they're half Mexican, half black, before they're anything else, a student or even a good child, that they are so loved by God. And I wouldn't change that for the world. I wouldn't change my decision today. I wouldn't change how I went about it, because I know that like I was being obedient to God.